In an effort to help you with writing your own experiential learning essay, we will critique 2 sample essays this week. I will walk you through the first essay. Then you will complete the other as one of your learning activities. First is the introduction. You will want to start with a short paragraph or thesis statement that will introduce the main topic or subject area you will be writing about. In this essay, you will notice the student mentions the subject, which is personal fitness, and the areas she will be addressing, nutrition, physical, and mental wellness. She writes about how many years she has studied and practiced her knowledge in the area. The student also mentions she practices from a holistic approach. This small bit of information will allow the assessor to know how she views personal fitness. Next is the organization of the body of the essay. You want to be sure that the essay is arranged in a clear, organized way. Be sure you do not jump from one topic to another and then back to another. For example, you may be writing a brief essay on your background. You don't want to write about your education, then your cat, and then go back to your education again. Keep topics together and organized in a logical order. In this essay, you will notice the student follows the order she lists in her introduction. She does not jump back and forth from topic to topic. The body of the essay needs to fully address your learning experiences and how they will fulfill the objectives of the course you are petitioning for credit. The assessor is looking for the experience, how the experience led to knowledge, how he or she has applied that knowledge and used it. Then the student should be able to take the knowledge obtained and describe how it was processed and can be applied to other situations. So let's look at our sample essay again. First, the student writes about nutrition. She mentions that due to having children, she wanted more knowledge about proper nutrition. This led her to read books and consult her doctor. From that information, she learned about food groups and a healthy diet. She took the information, applied it to raising her children, and furthered her thinking into a lifelong habit of good nutrition. She states how she also applied this information to addressing a specific condition and how she modified her eating. She mentions furthering her knowledge by reading a publication that is widely accepted as being reputable for correct information on personal fitness, and how she is learning about many different cultures approach nutrition, thus learning best practices. This part of her essay addresses the learning outcomes of weight control and part of both learning about how different approaches to and developing a personal fitness plan for the course she is petitioning. When looking at the physical fitness section, the student writes about how she started this endeavor later in life, but recognizes the importance of starting earlier. Since, according to the course description, physical fitness addresses the largest part of the course outcomes, this section is the largest part of her essay. She writes about her personal experience in taking ballet and aerobic lessons. She states that from her aerobic lessons, she went on to take a training course, thus furthering her education in the area and becoming an instructor. The student goes on to write about best practices and the principles of different fitness plans and how she adopted them into her personal plan, thus showing learning, comprehension, application, processing, and formation of theory. One thing to note about this section of the student's paper is she mentions taking classes and additional training to fulfill this course outcome. However, there is a large section where she is writing about the important concepts and theories about physical fitness and does not mention how she learned them. The student needs to write about how she gained the knowledge about these concepts and needs to state where she found the information. The last section is about mental wellness. Although mental wellness is not specifically mentioned in the course description, it is vital to personal fitness. By writing about the importance of mental wellness, the student is showing she is applying the concept of personal fitness into another area of well-being. One thing to note is the student addresses this area very briefly. As an assessor, I would want her to expand this section to write a bit more on the relation of mental and emotional wellness to personal fitness and how her experience with yoga helped to make this connection. Finally, the conclusion. The concluding paragraph can be short and does not need to be long or drawn out. Typically, from a grammar and writing standpoint, a conclusion should not introduce any new material, but be a way to restate what you have written about. It really should be a mirror of the introduction. In this example, the student gives a fitting quote and how personal fitness will continue throughout her life. One thing as an assessor, I would have liked the student to restate the areas of personal fitness she covered in the body of the essay. Overall, the student did a good job writing her essay, giving examples and her learning experience, application, and furthering the application of her learning to other areas of personal fitness. The student made sure she addressed the learning outcomes in the course description to receive credit for the subject she is petitioning. Although there are some items she needs to further explain, for example, how she gained some of her knowledge, I would believe this essay would be a part of a successful portfolio submission.